I'm going to mix up some putty that we use for fairing and for making fillets in all of our projects. I've got 1,000 milliliters of AME 1000 vinyl ester resin, and I've got 2 quarts of Q-cells, which is fiberglass microballoons, tiny spheres made out of fiberglass, and then 1 quart of aerosol, which is Cabicel, which is silica flakes. And I'm going to mix them in proportions of 2 Q-cells to 1 aerosol. So let me start off with 1 quart of Q-cells and 1/2 quart of silica flakes or aerosol. And I'm going to stir this up and see how this turns out. This might be just about perfect. Close. Not quite. Close. All right, this consistency right here is too thin. That's like syrup. So I'm going to use half of this and half of that. So it'll end up being 1.5 quarts of Q-cells and 3/4 quart of the silica flakes, of the aerosol. I think this is going to be just about right there. This is not an exact science, but what we're trying to get is peanut butter. If you make it too stiff, it'll crumble when you're spreading it. If you make it too thin, it'll sag. So peanut butter is a good consistency. It might end up taking all of this. We'll see here in a minute. This is looking good right now. I think this is going to be just about right. See that? That'll work right there. That comes up, but it'll sag a little bit, but it doesn't droop all the way down. It holds its shape. So now, let me show you something here. We've got, by volume now, we've got 2 liters. But when you go to mix this with your catalyst, you mix it as though it were 1 liter. So if you're pulling out 1/2 liter, you're going to use 1/2 liter would be 500. You'd use somewhere between 7 and 10 milliliters of catalyst. You don't measure it by the volume of it with the filler in it. You mix it by the volume of the resin. So basically half of what the volume is of the putty that you pull out, that's how you're going to mix your catalyst to it. Otherwise, you'll get it really hot and you won't have much time to work with it. So that's just a word of caution. It'll still work fine if you mix it hot, but you just won't have as much time to work with it. So there you go. That's what you're looking for, just like that. That makes a great